Darrin, now that is timing, my friend. I got a theme song that's gonna play first, anyways. Oh yeah, I'd sit there. I'll fix the camera later. Computer. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are live on 104.1 WXRW LP, Milwaukee, River West Radio. Your favorite live at 5 every Monday. Interstellar Vision, Intellectual Minds.
Interstellar Vision. Intellectual minds. Interstellar Vision. Honor in this living. Use the voice I'm giving. Benefiting billions. Honor in this living. Use the voice I'm giving. Benefiting billions. Praise, so I look up to Most High. Saying that she love me, I know she wasting time. Trying to find my vision, looking in the sky. Don't know who I am, so I'm praying half the time. So I'm interstellar, I'm about a mind, space, time. Trying to continue to be the best that I can till the day that I die. Interstellar vision, honor in this living. Use the voice I'm giving. Benefiting billions. Interstellar vision. Honor in that tragedy. I'm glad that you're here and you're next to me. I pray and repent for the wrongs I've seen. I gave every cent to my wildest dreams. I live for myself in reality. Interstellar vision. Honor in this living. Use the voice I'm giving. Benefiting billions. Interstellar vision. Honor in this living. Use the voice I'm giving. Benefiting billions. Interstellar vision. All my days alive. Interstellar vision. All my days alive. All my days are alive. All our days are alive.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are live 104.1 WXRW LP, your favorite live at 5 every Monday. Interstellar Vision, Intellectual Minds. We have a fantastic guest today visiting us, one of the OGs of the air on River West Radio. I'm so excited to hear his story. You may know him as the owner of Sorta Ridiculous, Darrin Alston.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hey, my name is Darrin. They're Sorta Ridiculous Productions.
Okay, I like that only because I've been listening to Wiz Khalifa a decent amount recently, who I listened to a lot during like my college years. And on his album Black Hollywood, spelled with 2 C's, not to be confused with the color black. And he's like, there's a skit after track number 3 going into track number 4 called KK, and he's like, hey, I said A to KK, and you literally just sounded exactly like him, I swear to God, when you did the A, so that was funny.
I had to check that out.
Yes, we're not going to play it.
Oh, no.
The only reason we're not going to play it is because, fortunately, I get all my music directly from independent artists, so I don't have to do Spinatron.
Right. See, and that's genius. That's genius.
Yes.
That is so genius, and I appreciate that.
It just saves me a little bit of time. Those independent artists out there, I appreciate y'all allowing me to just non-Spinatron the song. You know what I'm saying? Save me a minute. Save me bro, I did one episode. I had DJ Julian Gross on.
Yeah.
And he did a 30-minute set, which was awesome. It was lit, like a live 30-minute set, but then I had to go back and Spinatron it. It's the only time I ever did it, and it was a process.
Yeah, kind of a hassle.
It was some work. But anyways, brother, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's an honor. Congratulations on your recent Can I game night. That was my first hands-on experience with Sorta Ridiculous. For those who do not know about yourself or your brand, how about a light introduction to the listeners?
All right. Well, folks, my name is Darrin Alston Jr. I am the CEO and creative director of Sorta Ridiculous Productions. We're a media production company. We produce shows, everything from game nights and karaoke to comedy shows and music performances, in a combination of the such. In addition to that, I also produce video games, exclusively Game Boy games at the moment, but also I have a card game. It's called Two Forks. For the sake of us being on
radio edit
like that. Yeah, exactly. But with that being said, yeah. So what Silky was talking about is a Sorta Industry Night, which is an event that I host and produce the last Monday of each month at Canine Fusion Bar and Cafe on Fifth and National, next door to Botanas. It's comedy, music, and games. Sorta Ridiculous has been around since 2017. 2017. We just had our 8th year anniversary. And anything that you need to find out about Sorta Ridiculous, you could find at sortaridiculous.com. That's SORTARIDICULOUS.com. It's also Sorta Ridiculous on Instagram. It's an inactive TikTok. It's a radio show, which will be coming back this Thursday here at 6 Standard Time here on 104.1 FM or in riverrushradio.com. Where
absolutely
the same place that you listen to this Interstellar Visions and I'm sorry,
Intellectual Minds.
Intellectual Minds.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I love the alliteration.
Thank you so much.
That's smooth.
That was really just, well, everything that I do, I reach for a higher vibration consciousness. And with the Interstellar Vision, Intellectual Minds, and I was coming up with the purpose of the show, and I decided that the mission of the show is to highlight the talent and intelligence of being.
Ooh, I like that.
Here we are.
Yeah, we are. Here we are.
We're between the stars, brother.
We really are.
Because you're one of those beings. Tell us what it's like to be a human that is a being living between the stars.
All right. So when you say living between the stars, can you go a little bit more into what you mean by that?
That's a great question that's never been asked, because I've also never asked the question I just asked you. Ironically, though, we're all living between the stars, right? Because, the Earth is within a solar system that is a star, which is between hundreds of millions or billions or trillions of however many stars are in this universe and galaxy. However, just to take it a step further, and I've never had this explanation, I'm actually making this up on the spot.
I'm here for it.
Yes. One of my favorite quotes is from Les Brown, and it's that, yes, a fan. Yes, I love it. I love it. So he said that, actually, I'm sure you could say this quote even without me saying it. Most people fail in life, not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit. And maybe that wasn't his quote, and he ended up actually saying the star quote, which is basically like, aim for the stars, because if you miss, at least you landed on the moon.
Yeah, so I've heard a couple of variations of that. Are you interested?
Absolutely.
All right. So I used to be a part of this program called the Youth Leadership Academy. Basically, it helped young minority boys, I think from like 3rd to 8th grade, have give them a leg up in what they should be learning in school and whatnot, which is how which is how I was able to flex on my fourth grade class when I saw the word hypothesis. The teacher was like, "Oh snap!" But
so you were in the program as a youth, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And shout out to the academy. Anyone out there? I know. I want to say it's Julian and Roman Goggins, I believe, are running some like a version of it now. I believe it's not in the same way that it was, but shout out to anyone that's reaching out to the community and teaching these young folks what they need to know. We need more of that. But to get back to the stars, it's like Kanye said, so reach for the stars, so if you fall, you land on a cloud. And then I heard the one that you said as well, land on the moon. And then at this event that I went to earlier this year, someone said, yeah, because you reach for the stars. Because if you don't make it there, at least you got pretty high.
Absolutely. I love it. First off, yay. What up, Kia? Goat of the city. You already know who it is. Kia Rap Princess. Make sure y'all go tap in. Best bars, best lyricist. She the queen. She the queen of the city, the queen of Milwaukee, the goat of Milwaukee. Spreading love. She in her hip hop week. Come on. I need to get you on here, Kia, at some point. All in God's time. Come on, I'm going to hit you up. All love. I appreciate you. I love.
Always a pleasure.
Them shades are fire, love. I ain't going to lie. On love. So, okay, to the first off, yes, landing on a cloud, essentially impossible. You have to be an angel. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
How light does your body density have to be to land on a cloud?
That is a good question. I have another question. I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right. Given the being between stars and whatnot, in a sense, I would say, wouldn't you say that we're like stars in our own right? Not just in a sense of like, not in a sense of celebrity, but in a sense of being a center of influence and point of folks to focus on.
That's a beautiful concept, brother. Yeah, and I do know that if we are talking about scientifically, we are supposedly starseed as well, and we are most of the universe is made up of the same three atoms, like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon.
Yeah, or was it hydrogen? Wait, no.
I think I put hydrogen in there. But anyways,
yeah,
therefore, whatever. There's a certain amount of only like 3 or 4 elements that most of everything is made up, and that is from an explosion of star that went out into the universe.
Are we referring to the Big Bang here?
I suppose so. I think the Big Bang is so confusing because it seems like during history class they try to make it seem like the Big Bang is what killed the dinosaurs. You know what I'm saying? But
right. Get your facts straight.
Yeah.
It's like seems like the more that we find out, the more we find out how wrong, how progressively wrong we are.
Yeah. Well, I think our school system and our education, I don't know if they just didn't foresee this at some point or if they just thought the world was going to end before we got to like 2020, 2025, or before we got to the internet. They're like, none of these lies, they're never going to figure them out.
Right. It's like how Skynet's going to be online before all that happens.
Yeah. So, well, here we are. So we're definitely learning things. To answer your question from before that you asked me, that I had asked you in response to the questions. So basically, like, reach for the stars, because if you miss, you land on the moon, right? Yeah. Or again, what I love what Les said, like, most people fail in life not because they aim too high and missed, but because they aim too low and hit. And it's like when you reach for a star, and even though you have no idea how to get there, whatever vehicle or contraption you figure out to get as close to that as possible, you're going to be in a whole new perspective of life now because you were reaching for something that you couldn't see the path to. And then again, even if you don't hit that target, now you're in outer space and you have a better way to adjust what your actual target should be now, versus aiming too low and hit. Even though I even have a song called Mountaintops, and like I've been on my way to the top of the mountain, and it's like the top of the mountain is cool, but it's like I know I can get to the top of a mountain. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, I can hike a mountain, know, but I don't know how to get to the stars, right? Mm-hmm. And I think there are a certain amount of human beings, 20% at most, that are really living their life in a way that they are reaching for something that they can see in their imagination, but they aren't able to see every single step that it's going to take along the way. And they're just willing to take the next best step with what's available to them right now. And I would say what you're doing with Sorta Ridiculous is definitely within that, concept of reaching for the stars and seeing what happens while I'm on my path out there.
I greatly appreciate that, and that was an excellent explanation. I think I can start to give you an answer to that of what it's like living between the stars.
Oh, we have a question. Give us tickets. Give us tickets to see a Kia Rap Princess this Wednesday. And can we have you on air to introduce this? Is that okay? Let's go green. Let's go green mic. Green mic. We got Kia crashing 104.1 WXRW LP. It's an honor. She can crash anytime and anywhere she wants to. Kia, we are live. You're good. Whoa. Mic check. Is it good? I can't hear you. Can we just pass the blue? Can we share the blue? I'm sorry about the green. I don't know what's up with the green.
It's all good.
Okay.
I'm crashing the party real quick. Your girl Kia Rap Princess just stopped in 104.1. My boy Silky is, turn it up. You feel me? But I just wanted to stop by. I see two people that support me, real heavy. Plus my girl, Anya, she's always supporting. So I had to pull up on y'all, make sure y'all had tickets to the show this Wednesday. But if you need tickets, you need to go to therave.com and, get your tickets. They selling fast, but these are my supporters, man, so they going to get the Kia plug all the time, and we going to have them in the building.
We appreciate the Kia plug. So 9 o'clock is doors open?
Doors open at 8 p.m.
Okay, and are you opening right at 9, or what's your set time?
I don't know my set time. That's why you got to be there.
Yeah.
I think they specifically did that for that reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody been asking me when I actually go on stage. I do not know, guys. I just know I'm going to be in the building for sure. Your girl, Kia Rap Princess, giving you a live performance right before Benny the Butcher. So, and then you got the finale of the battle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Breaking and Entering. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's a whole vibe. It's going to be dope.
It's
man.
definitely a
Milwaukee
vibe.
Hip-Hop Week.
Kia in here,
be.
come on.
Man.
Absolutely. I love it. And if y'all are not familiar with Kia yet, one, I don't know how that's possible. But two, make sure that you look her up on all platforms, social media, tap in with what she's doing. She really is the queen of rap in our city and holding it down for the culture. The princess of rap. Apologies. It's all love either way.
They can find me at I Am Kia Rap Princess on Facebook and Instagram. Or if you just want to come get the music from me directly, go to www.kiarapprincess.com. Kia like the car, but more expensive.
Absolutely. And she's worth whatever the ticket is. I'm telling you, honestly, Kia is one of my top performers easily in the city and probably across the entire country and world. Like, the amount of authenticity and passion that she puts into it, and it's so beautiful that her off-stage personality matches that, just rawness, that realness. You're not going to find it very often. I highly recommend, if you haven't got that ticket, let's go fill it up for Kia Rap Princess this Wednesday at the Rave. We're going to be there. We appreciate the love, Kia.
Right. I love y'all, man. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. What up, y'all? Come on. So we are hanging out. Life is good. What an honor.
Fantastic.
Here we go. We got some tickets. Love. I guess we're going to be going together, Darrin.
That's what it looks
like.
Yep,
peace. Gratitude. So, Sorta Ridiculous. Darrin,
yes.
Alston. I don't remember what we were talking about.
What was the question that you asked?
Oh, my gosh. Living between the stars.
Oh, living between
and
the
how
stars.
you're successfully doing that with Sorta Ridiculous.
All right. So... Okay, so that's a good question. So I feel that when Sorta Ridiculous came about, I was in college. I was at MATC. When I started at MATC, I initially went for graphic design. I was working part-time, full-time as well, so I could only take evening classes. So I would take my graphic design classes in the evening. And in order to keep a full-time status at school, I had to have 9 to 12 credits. So I had to venture off into other things outside of graphic design for the evenings. So I got back into 3D animation, where which I also took at UWM many moons ago. And then that turned into all the classes that I needed. I had to switch from full-time in my job to part-time, which I appreciate them for that happening, letting that happen, which allowed me the opportunity to meet the folks in the computer simulations and gaming programs, video games essentially, or just games generally speaking. So my focus sort of switched from graphic design and animation to making games, but it's all within the same realm of of the creative and media arts type deal. And when I was coming up with a company for my portfolio class, there was like, all right, so you can either have something personally or you can have something that you're a company that you're building. And I was like, well, if I'm to make a business, then I want to make sure that I'm able to incorporate everything that I do and adjacent, or everything that I'm interested in adjacent fields. And up to this point, I never quite considered what a producer does other than their name being first shown at the beginning of movies or TV shows. Like, I remember watching Fresh Prince and seeing producer Quincy Jones, and I'm thinking, who's she? You know, I was really young. And shout out to Quincy Jones. Rest in peace. It's most unfortunate. Didn't get to meet him. So I was like, okay, well, it looks like I need to be a media production company. And around that same time, I created my card game as part of a project, Two Forks. It's you can check it out next Monday, August 25th at Can-I. But so they were synonymous at one point, and then I incorporated the other things that I learned at school. So I incorporated my graphic design into everything. Hey, folks, graphic design, forget all this AI stuff and whatnot. Shout out to anyone that uses AI. Nothing against AI, but still nothing compares to what you can come up with, for real. So became not just game nights, but karaoke, interests that I not only currently have, but interested in the past and moving forward. I've been very fortunate to have the support that I've had. I've been very fortunate to be in the position that I'm in. I am eternally grateful for my family, my friends, especially my parents and my sisters, for sure. And my partner. I'm not sure what I'd be without her. I'm not sure what I'd be without any of them. I feel that if you can do it on your own, I feel ultimately I still don't think that you're doing it on your own. I mean, you gotta. There's someone or something that you need to help you. I mean, again, I'm very, very fortunate. And with the development over the past 8 years, I've done things I hadn't planned on. I would say that I didn't expect to happen, but I hadn't planned on it. Much like you were saying, reaching beyond where you can see. You never know where you're going to find yourself, but you know, it'll be interesting. It can be interesting. You can always look forward. You can always look forward. And the shooting too short and miss. I mean, what was
aiming too low and missing, aiming too low and hitting.
Aiming too low and hitting. Okay, if you focus too much on that, and I know the detriment to that is because if you do that, then what are you supposed to do afterwards? You didn't think past that. Having like the ultimate, having like the high lofty goals, borderline delusional goals, maybe delusional goals. I mean, there are practical ways to go, just going in the direction. That's all. You just need to start. You miss all the shots you don't take. Just go. If you don't reach where you're going, you're going to get somewhere, and from there you'll have a new set of options. You know, there's always options. Always, regardless of where you are, there are options. Hell, one of my lofty ideal life goals is to be in a Disney movie. Be a Disney protagonist. You know, have I been a Disney protagonist? I don't think so. But you know what? I've done films. I've been in there too. Like I'm doing that. One of my goals, which actually this is probably like one of my favorite things ever, is at a very young age I knew that I wanted to make video games. I didn't know how that worked, like at all. How you make video games. You just pick them up, you know, video games. So I wanted to make a Nintendo game. I wanted to make a game that's published by Nintendo. And it took like 30 plus years, but you know what? I'm capable of making Nintendo games now. I make Game Boy games. Nothing that's been produced by Nintendo yet, but it goes to show that you never know how close or far you are from attaining you're achieving your goals or dreams. And when that happens, when that happens, what am I going to do afterwards? I don't know. We'll see. They're all. What am I going to do afterwards? I don't know. We'll see. There are always options. Whether for me, gaming, making games, being an artist now. I think that stemmed from the musical theater background. But Sorta Ridiculous is more or less has been a playground for me to build everything that I've wanted, and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
I love it, brother. We're going to take one song break just to enjoy the vibes. And the name of this song, SOS, it will tie into my following questions. Thank you so much for sharing your journey thus far, though. It's been really just beautiful to get to sit and hear the wisdom come from your experience articulated so well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
As a bird, so below. As a soul, so the universe.
Lost one thought.
We was barely having guidance as children in a place where you can't tell if you survive in the living. I remember you telling me how the sky was the limit. I'm an astronaut, the moon was where I'm trying to visit. So I tuck them in, they sleeping on me. Come again, say come again, she leaking on me. I can either be an angel or I see you in hell. I'm a firm believer in legend, speak for itself. Don't got no enemies, I got many needs. My circle ain't small, everybody get to eat. I got love if you want it, I be moving in abundance. Ain't judging, ain't struggling, my energy on the budget. Write a song, right or wrong, I know I'm righteous. I am strong, the high I'm on is hard from flying, so I'm taking off. She take it off, she know I like it. Yeah, I made a boss, can't take a loss, would be a crisis. Got a couple feelings that I can't ignore. Pedal to the metal till I can't no more. Got no time to wait, I can't even touch the brake. I don't got no time for breaks, even love they lose it. I've been moving around, so they can't see me if they want it. The highway of abundance, we can't stop this shit for nothing. They wanna get in touch with, get in tune with how I'm moving on the moon and outer space. You can't get close unless I choose it. I can switch routes, making reason, calling audibles. I'm too quick on my feet, you cannot guess what I'm about to do. I'm pouring out, it's hardly over off my shoulders. Life's adventure, I'm a rover, climbing hills, been dodging boulders. Say she want it bad, I give it to her. She want more and I don't wanna crash. I got a dash, all in that order. Don't be lying, it's all fun. The light and I'm the sun, fit right in the side of her. I won't deny that I'm tired of the love. I retry and retry, so I'm done. Got a couple feelings that I can't ignore. Pedal to the metal till I can't no more. Got no time to wait, I can't even touch the brake. I don't got no time for breaks, leave with love, they lose it.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are live on 104.1 WXRW LP Milwaukee, River West Radio. Your favorite live at 5 every Monday, Interstellar Vision, Intellectual Minds, hosted by yours truly, Silky Dot of Vision Minds Entertainment. We just had Kia Rap Princess in here, and we were blessed to get some tickets for her show coming up this Wednesday, the 20th at the Rave. Doors at 8, show at 9. And that song was my homie W out of Phoenix, originally from Chicago, but out of Phoenix, doing some amazing work with his brand Frequency 450 down in Phoenix. So if you need a collaboration in Phoenix, man, it would be amazing to bring Sorta Ridiculous down there. He would. Oh my goodness, here we go.
I have folks down there actually.
That's great.
Yeah, I have family. That's actually one of my plans. Just pretty close to LA or to California too. So
yeah.
I'm trying to check out Phoenix.
Highly recommend it. He's like honestly, he just reminds me of a similar energy to myself. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the same type of community art building, but down in Phoenix. Good intentions, and also a performing artist himself. So really cool, and just what he's got going on. And you just mentioned LA. What's up with LA?
I have folks. I have some folks out there that I haven't been out there in almost 10 years, but we've been talking about. Okay, full disclosure. I love River West. River West is my jam. I've been hanging out in River West for more than half my life now. I've never lived properly in River West, but if not for River West, I wouldn't be living in Wisconsin right now. I would have been gone. But shout out to Billy Ray Olsen, Angry Young Men, my puppeteer folks, my puppet folks. Love you guys so much. Thanks for holding me down. But I have folks in LA that are doing various things, and I feel like I'm in a position now that I can collaborate properly and bring something to bring something unique and bring something sort of ridiculous to them.
Absolutely. I think that's a huge strength of yours, is that you are able to bring, this amazing experience of, and your experience is sort of ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about combining hip hop or music performances with comedy and card games, talking about, Two Forks, and then video games, and other board games, it is definitely a sort of ridiculous. And then, man, I think it was an open mic, seeing you perform for the first time, and I was like,
what was that like?
I looked out and I saw that it was you. I was like, bro, what, Darrin? Like, how? You know what I'm saying? Because certain things you just don't expect.
That very much so, and I think that's what I love. That's what I love doing. It got it.
A low end community, and they'll like hear what I'm doing, depending on the song, especially because it can be so spiritual and melodic, which is very different than the low end. And then once, the authenticity and the passion starts to shine through and people actually give it a chance, it's like, oh, this is cold, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of times people just have to learn how to appreciate new things, and change is hard for people, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
And just seeing something different than what they're used to. So speaking of change and seeing things that you're not used to, so on and so forth, that last song by my brother Dub was called SOS. And, earlier we were really talking about some amazing highlights of your journey. You know what I'm saying? You've created a video game. You've created a card game. You've done some things that you hope to do. And then you still have further aspirations, such as being in Disney. And then making a Nintendo.
Having a game published by Nintendo.
So what I want to ask, though, is like, it's not all rainbows and butterflies on the way to making your own card game or hosting your own industry night and so on and so forth. And sometimes you probably want to call SOS. And my question is if you're open to sharing any stories where, you felt like you were on the edge, you thought you were going to have to quit, but some miraculous thing happened or some piece of inspiration kept you in the game. And then also after you share your story, however many stories you'd like to share on that testimony log of miracles. Also, what is your advice out there to people who want to call in SOS and quit? You know what I'm saying? And maybe SOS isn't the right. It was just a concept because the song fit. You know what I'm saying? Because SOS is really kind of like just like help me, right?
Yes.
Which there's nothing wrong with saying help me.
No, not at all. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with asking for help. Nothing wrong at all with asking for help. But it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows. Obviously rainbows come after a storm, but we're not going to get cliche like that yet. There's been some dark times. Like all this right here, it came from a very dark place. If you would have met me like 10 years ago, this is not who you would have seen. All right. So, in 2016, so like 9 years ago.
A year before MATC, you said 2017, right, for MATC?
Before I graduated from MATC in 2017.
Okay.
So this is actually why it kind of became 2017. So I had a psychotic break, my first psychotic break in 2016. I was doing way too much. I was coming off of a banner year, or a really, really good year. 2015 was really good to me. I was in full swing. I was in full swing at MATC, doing juggling my graphic design, 3D animation, not just 3D animation, generally speaking, and computer simulations and gaming, or CSG. And what ended up happening is a former classmate of mine, and an instructor from UWM that I did 3D animation with, and shout out to Dirk Van Sloten and Eric Giannis. We shot a short. We shot a short here at Mequon during the winter. It's called Rocket Science. You could actually find it. You could find it. Yeah, it's you'll be. It's called Rocket Science, and we shot it. We shot it in the winter. It made it into the Cannes Film Festival. So we actually went to the south of France, saw it like live on screen there, and hung out down there. Went to like life-changing experience. And then I started doing commercials a little bit like shortly after coming back for just having a stellar year on cloud nine. And then I was also taking improv classes, right? So everything kind of stopped or started to slow down after I'm sorry. We have I'm sorry.
You're good, brother.
We do a graduation show. Right? And my car was broken into, and one of my bags were taken that had all my notebooks of ideas and everything just gone. Invaluable to me, worthless to anyone else. So, I'm jaded after that, whatnot. A few months later, I lose my job that I had went from part-time to, having, being able to go to school, but that was fine. And then the coming winter, I decided that, class is going to be starting when our spring session is going to be starting. I'm going to go out to LA for a week, whatever, just get it all out of my system, just enjoy myself, get some work done, brought all of my work and everything. So I get back, and then a couple of days later, my backpack is stolen. And what's significant about this is that in my backpack was like 90% of my portfolio. Like, I brought all my external hard drives and everything. Think that I was going to get some work done in Cali, but I did not. But I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't change that for anything. But essentially, it was a downward spiral from there. I did end up writing one of my songs that are on my project called Sentiments, which is the heaviest song that I've written and performed thus far. But then after everything crashed, what helped me get out of that was having that support, having that strong support. Like, there were opportunities that I completely just passed on because I wasn't in a space where I felt that it's something that I either deserved or could step up to the plate for. And again, a huge shout out to my partner, to my sisters, to my friends, to my parents, who my partner's parents, who were there to help me with that. It was a really, really dark time. So what I will say, so that kind of gave me the thought process of, if you've hit your bottom, like the lowest that you've ever felt, once you felt like that low, I mean, coming back from it is like, what can hurt you for real? If there's something that you want to do, if there's something you want to check it out. What's the worst that can happen? What just happened to you? That can't happen if I do this. Or even if it does. I mean, obviously it's like being battle tested. I feel that anything that I want to do right now that I don't pursue, I'm only hurting myself.
I love it, brother. You know, the opportunity, what I say, like 90% of the battle is showing up.
Yeah.
And it becomes so hard, right, when you get into a space of self-esteem, self-image, self-confidence, however somebody wants to phrase it, and you don't even feel worthy of the opportunities that are coming your way. What's your suggestion to people, because you said you were passing on opportunities? What's your suggestion to people if they are feeling low about themselves, yet amazing opportunities are still being offered to them?
I would say if you have it in you at all, try it. Try it. What's the? I mean, not, what can come from you attempting this? That's I think that's like the best question. What do you get from attempting this? You know, experience or an opportunity or both. Experience and opportunity. And you don't want to miss either. You don't want to miss out on gaining experience, and you don't want to miss out on any opportunities. So you don't want to live a life of regret. You don't want to regret not going to some place or not participating in an event or in meeting someone or whatever. Don't miss out on any opportunities. Don't miss out on gaining any experience.
I love it. Pierre, can we turn on this white light, brother, by chance? I know you showed me. I do it before. I apologize. Big shout out to Pierre. I'm not sure if he's the assistant radio manager now at River West Radio or what this Fantastics Man role is.
He's amazing. That's what he is.
He's amazing. Let me see how this looks. Oh, my God. I should have asked for this so long ago. For those of you that watched the live stream, I apologize for the first 40 minutes. I mean, it was just dark. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't terribly dark, but it just like...
No, I feel you.
Come on, Silky. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, oh, my God. I can't wait for people to see this. You know what I'm really excited for, man, is like whenever my brands really get the recognition that I feel they deserve and people get to go back and like watch all these awesome conversations and stuff, it's going to be like... Bro, I don't even care if I'm here or not to like watch that happen. It's right. Just knowing that we just are making history, and sharing divine intelligence with people based on our actual lived experience, and that this wisdom, as long as the internet is available, even if we go through a blackout and the grid gets shut down, but it gets set back up at some point, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, the information is always going to be available, and that's such a beautiful place in history to get to be a part of.
It'd be like after everything goes again, like being really low, it could be like a post-apocalyptic epiphany.
Absolutely. And then what comes up? Interstellar vision, intellectual mind.
Sort of ridiculous.
It's just everywhere. I love it.
I like the thought of that.
So we are going to spin your track if that's okay, unless you want to save it for the closing.
Yeah, we can save it. We can put it wherever you want.
I'm very open to playing it now just because I have a final closing question that I love to ask.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So first off, the name of the song is, can I take a guess at this first without my glasses on? This is sort of ridiculous. Is it Ganbaru?
Ganbaru.
Ganbaru. What does that word mean?
So Ganbaru is a Japanese term for never giving up. Do you watch anime at all?
Right. No, I need to though.
No,
I need to.
It's song to each their own. Ganbaru. So think of it. If you think about the stereotypical, like, hey, I'm never gonna give up. Yeah, you got to keep going. Yeah, Ganbaru. That's the spirit. Ganbaru is the spirit of not giving up and unyielding, unyielding to get your...
I love that. That might be a new word for me.
Ganbaru.
Ganbaru. And I'm going to carry it around. One of my favorite phrases from the Quran that is said over and over and over and over is patient perseverance.
Ooh.
Patient perseverance. It sounds like that's what Ganbaru is, essentially.
Yeah. I love patient perseverance.
Patient perseverance, man. Oh, man. So quick shout out to the Quran, man. The Quran helped me on my spiritual journey so much because I grew up Christian, and then, you just go through the doubts and everything, especially when like this one way of thinking is forced onto you, and then you get out in the world and you're like, well, maybe this isn't it. And then and I support all faiths and walks of life, anything that helps you be a better person. But when I read the Quran, and the Quran like mentioned Mother Mary, it also mentioned Noah's Ark, and it also mentioned Yeshua, Jesus Christ. It's like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just trusting that the Bible said that this happened. Like, there's another book that is essentially opposed. You know what I'm saying? Like, each of them is trying to recruit followers, but they're both saying that these humans existed. You know what I'm saying? So this was real. And when you read the Quran in English, for whatever reason, I'm sure, I mean, if you read in Arabic, it'd be even cooler, but who knows how to do that except for who can read Arabic. When it's like more straightforward than the Bible, like how the Bible is very parabolic or whatever the word would be.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Quran is more like do this and don't do this. And then after reading that, when I went back to reading the Bible, I don't know, it just seemed like it was easier for me to read it and like understand it for whatever reason. But patient perseverance, baby. Here we go. Ganbaru by, what's your artist name, stage name?
Darrin Alston.
Darrin Alston.
Gumbaru bars. Darrin Alston.
Gambaru.
Gambatane. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do my thing.
Yeah.
We're about to get sort of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sort of ridiculous, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's tear it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey. Sort of ridiculous. Recently, I caught a draft on the path to greatness. So please pardon me for all my lateness as I make up for all of the time I wasted. The good life T-Pain and Kanye West said. My parents and my teachers said to do my best and to get good grades on all my testing. Because you're gifted and it's a blessing to have the opportunity to help the next gen. I don't think that I want it though, at least I don't want to know. But I guess I gotta show how to be what you want to be unequivocally, nothing else but me. Wow. I want to go from fake to make this, but trials and tribulations make it hard to take this. I found a source of where my stomach ache is, the ability to wait because I want to chase this. Man of faith and a fan of Mace Kid. Told him what I wanted and it was a late kid. No need to squash a dream and walk around all jaded. It's never too late because it's all backdated. I don't think that they want it though. It's sorta difficult, but I guess I gotta show how to be unimpededly nothing else but free. Wow. In the field of breeze, read 'em and weep. I get no sleep. I am immortal, so there is no peak. Ha! My flow steep and my knowledge deep. I'm dropping treats in the troughs they eat. I'm manna on this beat. I'm so fly and so discreet. They won't know it until we meet. Ha 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 ha. And the show is gonna start off sweet. I got passes to the backstage suite. You wanna take a peek? Yeah, I know that you wanna go. Please don't miss the show. It is so mystical. Wow. Forget everything you heard, every single word. This is a whole new world now.
What's going on, everyone? We are live, 104.1 WXRW LP River West Radio Milwaukee. Your favorite live at 5 every Monday, Interstellar Vision, Intellectual Minds, hosted by yours truly, Silky Dot. We are just enjoying our magnificent evening here with the founder of Sorta Ridiculous, Darrin Alston, and just hearing his journey of success. Just off air briefly, a word that you brought up is growth. And, we've kind of touched on it so much throughout the story, but if you can explain a little bit, maybe your perspective on having a growth-orientated mindset and how that has benefited you in your own life, and maybe how somebody who is currently in more of a fixated mindset rather than a growth-orientated, or a stagnant mindset rather than growth-orientated, like what suggestions you would give to them for how to develop a growth-orientated mindset.
Okay. So we were talking briefly like during my song here, and the 22nd or August 22nd will be the 6th anniversary of Sorta Ridiculous as a show here in River West Radio. And I want to say probably for the first 3 years after we got sort of a momentum going, like kind of like, hey, this is our thing. We did that week in, week out. It's like more or less we were just kicking it. We're just kicking it every week. We're kicking it out. We have someone on the show this week now. Oh, okay, whatever, cool, whatever. We're just gonna do our thing, all right? So we had a conversation probably like 3 years in, like, hey, what are we doing with this? We're just gonna come here and just kick it? And this is like probably during or just after the pandemic. Are we just gonna come here and just hang out, or are we gonna do something with this? My initial idea for starting Sorta Ridiculous here at River West Radio was to promote Sorta Ridiculous, period, naturally. But it turned out with us just hanging out, talking about whatever, and they're like, you know what? Let's get back to what we actually wanted to do. So instead of being fixated on this just being something that we're doing every week, kind of like a job, let's use this as an opportunity to grow like we had intended. So we upped the production, and it's like, okay, so what is our goal? How are we going to get away from just kicking it to moving forward? That involved being more intentional with our episodes, adding video. So we had started recording videos of the episodes, as well as not messing with anybody's time, because obviously going to have people have guests and whatnot. You don't want to waste their time. Hey, just come hang out with us. But for anyone I say that's fixated in a fixated mindset, what do you want to do? If you weren't just hanging out or whatever you're doing right now, what would you want to do? And what is one step that you can take to get towards that? I mean, it doesn't all have to happen really fast. It doesn't have to happen fast at all. Patient perseverance. I love that so much. Patient perseverance. I'm using that. But basically it depends on how. For me it was I wanted it really bad. I really wanted to grow. I mean, maybe it was part aiming a little low and hitting. It's like, oh, well, I achieved what I wanted to do. All right. Well, I have this radio show. We're here every week. But what is it really doing? It's kind of like just touching the base. Does it help you grow? No, but it makes you feel like you achieved something. Maybe, but everything serves as a lesson, experience, or opportunity, So I guess it comes down to, what do you want to do? Think about what you want to do, and go towards it. I apologize. I feel like I should say something a little more profound.
I think it's profound, brother, and not to like overanalyze the quality of what you're sharing. Realize that you are adding value naturally without having to overthink. Right? Yeah. And even just what you just shared off of like direction, direction is key to everything. What is more important to the destination of a boat or a cruise ship? Is it the distance that it's traveled, or is it the direction that it is currently facing?
Oh. Okay.
Let's get it. So, just as you were sharing, like, or a hiker, right? No matter like how lost you are,
right?
No matter how far you've gone off the path in the wrong direction, what matters now is your current direction.
Exactly.
And if you are pointed at the target and you move towards it, you're eventually going to get there.
Exactly.
And most things manifest. Like, most of the good that you see for yourself in your imagination, if you are willing to continue I look at manifestation and success like different doors, and it's like if you were in a mansion and there are all these doors and stuff, you know, even if you walked around the mansion and went to all the wrong doors first, that door is still going to be there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Now,
exactly.
some doors close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're 48 years old and you think you're going to go play in the NBA, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Or go play in the NFL or something. Or, you know, if you're 36 and you think that you're going to win the 18 and under Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, exactly.
You doubled out. You know, you passed your time. But most doors are lifetime doors.
Yeah.
So my final question, brother, my favorite question to ask everybody, and it is: if today was to be your last day, you are not able to take another breath, no matter how hard you try after 11:59 this evening, and you are given a stone tablet that is talk to text, and the words that you say are inscribed in stone into this tablet, and you are assigned with the responsibility of leaving the collective consciousness of humanity with your top 2 success principles for how to live the most healthy, beautiful, spiritually aligned lifestyle possible on this earth that is good not just for you but for everybody. What are those 2 suggestions that you are leaving for the world to remember you by as the definitions of success? And if you could please give me a good 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir.
In the profound words of Uncle Luke, 1, don't stop. 2, get it.
Don't stop, get it is beautiful. And as you are walking on that path of don't stop, get it, what is likely to be your experience? And or I could even say, like, what allows somebody to avoid stopping, and what happens when you get it?
All right. So when you don't stop, you're going to eventually get, as long as you keep moving, if you're moving in the direction, even if you're not at it, you're going in the right direction. So if you don't get that, you'll get something. And when you get it, you'll get a sense of you'll have a sense of fulfillment that you'll feel great. But don't stop. Get it.
I love it, brother. We got less than 1 minute, 55 seconds. Where can people stay up to to date if they want to follow your journey?
All right. Sorta Ridiculous. That's SORTARIDICULOUS. That's on Instagram. It's on TikTok. Sorta Ridiculous Productions on YouTube. You can follow me as an artist. Darrin Alston Music. That's DARRIN ALSTON MUSIC. That's on Instagram. SortaRidiculous.com. You'll find everything that you need about me.
Love, favor, and all the highest. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, brother, on Interstellar Vision, Intellectual Minds. It's been quite the pleasure.
It has. Thanks for having me, bro. I greatly appreciate it.
All right, y'all. 104.1 WXRW LP, your favorite live at 5 every Monday. Interstellar Vision, Intellectual Minds.
Sometimes I sit and ask myself,